Before going to video, subscribe to my channel for more interesting stuff. Story from r/TIFU. Posted by u/OTHOTHERDALOT.
Today I fucked up by having a sex accident and taking the girl with me to hospital. This just happened. I'm still shook. Had a date with a girl, take her home, have sex. All fun and games until I realize my foreskin won't go back up. I've never experienced this before, so I freak out. I call everyone asking for advice. I get the girl I'm with to call an ambulance. We go to hospital together. I'm lying on the wheeler and there are 6 people all looking at me in my lowest moment. Doctor says he has to squeeze my dick to stop the swelling in my mushroom tip. I freak out like fuck. He says he may need to circumcise me. I freak out beyond belief. The girl is with me, comforting me the whole time. I experience next level pain as the doc squeezes my dick. First time no luck, second time no luck. I'm in agony and the painkillers aren't doing shit. Third time he goes and voila, back to normal. I thank the doctor and apologize for screaming. He says it's okay. Leave the hospital. Thank God that I still have my most precious possession and go home. The girl still wants to see me. Despite her seeing me at my worst, she still likes me. I think I love her. TL doctor, foreskin doesn't go back up after sex. Go to emergency room where doc squeezes my dick. My girl is next to me watching the whole thing but still wants to see me again. Edit. A lot of people criticizing me for calling the ambulance and wasting their time. Listen, I was scared and afraid that something severe would happen to my dick. If I didn't treat it, things could have turned out very badly. I spent roughly $146 on this and I don't regret it at all. It's easy to judge me when you're not the one in my shoes, but the worst was going through my mind. Did too. I don't live in the US, which is why you may be shocked by the price. I just converted the amount to dollars so you guys would get an easier understanding.
Story from r/TIFU. Posted by u/Beasto4.
Today I fucked up by taking advice from the sub to jack off and cutting my dick. Fuck. Okay, so this actually was today, and this isn't a throwaway. First time making a TIFU. I'm on my way home from the ER right now. Anyways, now into the story. A couple weeks ago I read about some dude jacking off by squatting and hyperventilating, and as he was about to ejaculate jump up and hold your breath. In my mind I'm thinking, what a fucking dumbass, who would ever do that? But today has been a very boring day, okay? And at around 9:30 I get a boner in my mind. Changes about certain things. So it's the big time now, my name. Don't ask. I clear my atrociously messy floor and I get my ahem video ready, and I start jacking off. I squat down and start hyperventilating. Then the nut comes and I jump higher than ever before. My room ceiling is around 8 high and I'm 5'9", so my head hits the ceiling mid-nut, while holding my breath. I'm going to sidetrack for just a second. That shit was so fucking good. Not fucking joking. Despite what I'm about to say, I fully recommend you do this at least once. So my head hits the ceiling and I don't make a goddamn sound because it felt so good. I remember coming down and my room is small, so I came down forward accidentally and my dick slashed against the glass edge of my console holder. Because I'm losing so much blood, the next couple of minutes are hazy. I only remember my mom screaming, and my 5-year-old brother crying. Now back to the vivid part. I become more conscious and see my TV on my body covering my dick. I'm told it fell on me. As I pulled it off I finally notice A, my mom and brother, leading me to put a towel on my dick, and B, my dick, blood surrounding it. I quickly get clothes on and my mom rushes me to the ER. Again, kind of a blur what exactly happened. But I remember the doctor talking about a tear in my scrotum, and that it almost my left testicle, which had already been slightly damaged. Long story from a while back. Thank God. So they get me some butterflies and patch it back up. The nurse asked me what I did for this to happen and I said I wasn't being aware of my surroundings. We finally go home. BTW, we got home about 15 minutes ago and my mom did not talk to me at all in the drive home, and I don't blame her. I now have to keep my testicle from extremely hot or cold temperatures for 3 days. I'm gonna rethink my life. TL, doctor, I took advice from this sub on how to jack off and ended up tearing my scrotum. Had to get it patched. My mom is horrified. If asked, I'll keep updated. Edit. The ER trip in itself wasn't a big deal. Scrotum tears are not a huge deal as long as you don't get too far or tear a testicle. I just got it patched up with medical glue and butterflies. Edit 2, holy fuck, gold. Edit 3, my friend pointed out that it wasn't a good idea to put my name, so to the people who already saw it, use discretion please.
Story from r/TIFU. Posted by u/sexytimecramps.
Today I fucked up by trying to please my wife so hard I thought I'd die. This happened last month. I have a wonderful wife, and even though we are in our late 30s and have 3 kids, we still like to copulate on a recreational level. Now, my wife can be hard to please. She's a slow starter, and has a hard time reaching an orgasm from intercourse, which means that once I'm finished I'm dedicated to helping her reach the finish line too. This can take an additional 90 minutes from any previous coital activities. Frankly, it's the hardest workout of my life, and often leaves me with a tennis elbow and inability to pronounce words for 30 minutes after. On the plus side, I often don't have time to do the dishes after. Now, I'd say I'm more of an attentive lover than a good one. I tend to think of the female orgasm as a beat 'em up on PlayStation. If I just push all the buttons, something special has to happen sooner or later. Over the years I've come to identify which buttons my wife likes to have pressed, and I've realized part of her being a slow starter stems from her being able to orgasm multiple times until she reaches a huge finale with a standing ovation, fireworks, etc. This means that any amorous activities need to fit into our packed time schedule. It had been a while since we were able to put the little monsters asleep at a reasonable time, which had probably led to a loss of form on my behalf. Last month we were able to get her done, as our local priest likes to put it. This time, like an amateur, I tried to match her and make her reach climax first. So I'm mixing intense lovemaking with pulling out and going to town on her to help her reach her destination. Through no fault of my own, my wife seems to enjoy it. She is having multiple of the minor orgasms, and I'm clinging on for dear life, hoping that she will reach the big one already, and also trying very hard to remember not to say that out loud. I'm a sweaty mess, the room is really warm, and I'd like to take a break for a sip of water and turning a fan on. Or to send in a replacement. Also, we will probably have to buy a new sofa. We keep going at it. My pelvis is thrusting like a jackhammer on the fritz, and my tummy is making weird sounds. Suddenly, my entire stomach decides that if I'm dumb enough to keep going despite its many warnings, it will take matters into its own hands. The worst pain I've ever suffered suddenly hits me mid-thrust, as my intestines try to break free of their confinement. I fold like Rivaldo during the World Cup 2002, doubling over on top of my wife, who thinks I can no longer resist her sexiness and am about to fall asleep in 5 minutes. "I love you," she whispers in my ear. "I'm dying," I croak in return. I finally push myself to my feet, and try to make it to my phone on the TV table to call 911. It's no good. I fall to the floor in a little ball of pain. It feels like the stomach is trying to rearrange the guts but can't decide where everything goes. After what feels like an eternity, the crashing waves of pain start to ebb out. My wife stands over me with a slightly worried expression. "You okay?" "Just cramps," I pant as I realize what just happened to me, finally realizing why people would drown from cramps. "Oh." She's quiet for a beat. "Can we go again?" I have spent the last month getting real exercise in a gym, and taking up stretching. I've also realized that if I ever come close to dying, I'm properly fucked unless my wife has been too. TLDR, the one time I didn't please my wife it nearly killed me. Edit. Someone gave me a I'm deceased award, and I wanna say thank you and that this was a close one, but I'm still very much alive. Edit 2, holy crap, this is blowing up. I'm trying to respond to all of you and the comments are a truly entertaining read. To those of you calling it a humble brag or a boast about having sex, hell yes I got laid. But I also try to explain that much of the time I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I leave the tooting of horns to my wife. Edit 3, I would like to give a big thank you to all the wonderful people who have given rewards for this post. Thank you. As for my TLDR, a lot of people are unhappy with it. I'm sorry for that, it's the result of being a first-time poster in this subreddit. I don't want to change it now after the fact, but I'll try to improve on it if I ever fuck up again.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for more videos.